Hello everybody, Quackshooter here. Welcome to the channel. I'm going to do the strategy that I usually do on LFC. It's basically a $1,000 strategy. It's still a little expensive even for $1,000, but I'm going to see how it goes. On LFC we get $1,000 to start, and I usually go this route. I go 60 or 50, 60, 60, 50, 50, and then I do a 5, 5, 5, and then when I'm shooting I do a 10. So it should be, let's see, 50, 50, 60, 60, 50, 50, so like 320 across plus the ATS, etc. And I'm usually working on the come out. Well, actually no, I'm usually not working. The last few weeks or couple of weeks I've been working to come out, but I'm gonna leave it off for now, especially since I'm cold, and we'll see how it goes. Goal is to hit twice, and then I bring it down to 110 inside. I believe that's what it is. Yeah, or 120. Sometimes I'll leave it up a little more depending on who's shooting. Yeah, 1, 2, 3. Finally brought out a new set of dice. Let's put our $10 back. One of these days I'll just go ahead and put that horn bet out there just because. $20 horn when I come out. I tend to throw that 3 a lot on my come outs. There's our come out 7. And that's why I am off right now. 527. So I gotta put this back up now. Alright, I think I should be good to go from here. I could turn my bets on now. I think I've got the jitters out. As a matter of fact, I am going to turn them on no matter what this roll is. It's a 4, 5, 9, so I'm going to turn it on. 4, 5. I got auto. Put this back to manual. So as you can see, we've picked up some chips. I put a camera behind my throwing or my launching station, whatever you want to call it, my chair. And I noticed that it wasn't level. And I don't know if that's part of my problem or not, but certainly can't help. Another 2, 1, 3. So I did a little bit of leveling on it, and we'll see how it goes. 2, 1, 3. Once I get my throw a little more under control, hopefully this will work out well. There's a hard 6. That's our second hit. So what we're going to do is we're going to turn off 4 and 10. We'll bring them back in later if needed. You know, if we hit a little bit. We'll take these down. So now we're looking at, well, I'm not looking at much of anything, I can't see. But anyway, it looks like I got about 135 in bets and 125 in profit. But that's thanks to hitting the 7 on the come out to lose $5 for the ATS, and then the 213 on that first throw. So I lost $10. But basically, it comes out even. So yo 11, 6-5 yo. Haven't quite got my throw down. We'll hopefully get it here within the next couple. A little better. Hard 6. I've had what I consider 2 good throws, and both of them were hard 6s. Alright, so that's going to pay 35. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to, oops, no, I'm not going to do that. Gotta put my glasses on, sorry. So that shouldn't have 60. Alright, so we want to press all 4 of these up by $5 or 6, depending on what it is. Alright, now we're good. And this is pretty much a strategy I use for LFG or LFC. So 156. 156. And it always depends on the roll, but I'm going to do the same thing. I just add 5 to all of them until they get up to like 50, and then I start pressing the number I hit. Because I don't know what I'm going to hit right now. It looks like the 6 is going to be my, my go-to number for this particular roll, but we'll see. Hard 4. So we didn't win anything with that, but it's all right. We're trying to hit those inside numbers. 213. I don't like when those things just go running. You never know what you're going to get. But anyway, I did level out my throwing station, and 617. Alright, so I'm up 23 bucks. Let's do this first. Yeah, and sometimes I do hold on for like 3 hits to try and get that 210 or 2, you know, whatever. And then I leave all, you know, or I should say I bet 25 on all the place bets. It's a 156. Which I might do this time. Forgot to turn them on. I feel like I'm warmed up, so I can keep them on. To 369. Still not throwing well, in my mind, as far as the smoothness of the throw and hitting my mark and everything. I'm not quite there. My concentration isn't there mostly. So let's see if we can just do it. Hit what I was aiming at. 639. That's about all you can ask for, right? Decent throw. Try and keep it slow, you know, slow and steady instead of a jerky movement. But anyway, so what we're going to do is we're going to drop these down. Go from there. So we have, what is that? 75, 150, 160, 170, 150, yeah, 170, 110, 160. I can't add. It's 5 and 5, so 60, yeah. If we hit the 4 and 10, we will start pressing right away. 11. By that I mean, you know, if we hit the 4, we'll double the bet on the 4. 6-5 yo. Same with the 10. And then we'll collect the other, you know, however much amount. One, 6, 7. Double off axis. Still made some money, but we're not breaking the bank or anything. And we could regress even more, but I'm not. Five, 1, 6. Again, I gotta remember to turn my darn bets on. 5, 1. We're gonna collect 3 times, maybe 2. If we get a 4 or 10, we'll just collect twice. Maybe we'll just go ahead and go down to the inside numbers. So 1, 3, 4. It's going to pay 90. So we'll go ahead and bring them down. Okay. And then continue from here. This has been a pretty good strategy most of the time for LFC. Two 5-7 as I start talking shit. Yeah, I don't know if I actually can call that talking shit. It's just, I'm just saying that, you know, regressing, you know, starting out with big numbers and regressing down to smaller numbers has been a good strategy for LFC, because generally there aren't a lot of 0.7 outs. Sometimes there are, and then, you know, when that happens, it's just rough. We gotta turn our bets on before we throw this time. Six, 3, 9. I would like to be a little bit more consistent. You know, be able to get that 3 numbers every time, but it doesn't always happen. 5, 4, 9. I'm feeling like I'm going to go for one more hit before I bring everything down. Shouldn't have. 2, 5. I should know better, especially when it's a come out roll. I tend to roll 7s on my come out rolls for some reason. So we're gonna win that $10 but lose everything else, and we'll go ahead and start over. That put me in the hole. Yeah, just one time is all it takes. You know, get greedy like I just did. That was basically it. I got greedy, and I knew 2 was the correct thing to do there. That's the strategy, but sometimes you try to stretch it out. So I didn't turn my bets on that time, because I had lost. When I'm ahead or even, then I'll turn the bets on, but when I'm behind, I don't like losing before I even get to play, so I don't. 4, 5, 9. I mean, if I'd have thrown a 7 there, or 5. If I'd have thrown a 7 there, I'd have probably turned them on for the next throw. But I didn't, so it's moot. That's our first hit. Need one more. Hopefully a 4 or 9. I mean a 4 or 10. It's a 1, 4, 5. Now I could try for a third shot again, but I learned my lesson last time, so we're gonna take these down, drop these to 5 units or whatever you want to call it. Try and build it back up. Still running to the left. It's a hard 10. And I'm not sure why. I guess I'll figure it out eventually. I know, I should say I know why, I just don't know why I am doing it. I'm not keeping my hand level, or I'm not keeping the dice level with the table. Like that. There's a hard 10 again. Back-to-back hard 10s. Can we do it again? See, now if I had a better layout for my middle bets, you know, where I could put the ATS along the top and then have the hard ways showing, I might, you know, put some bets there, but it's just too much of a pain in the butt to click that little prop bets thing down there and switch them around, especially if they get knocked off. Four, 2, 6. Again, we're gonna do the same thing we were doing before. Gonna press them all up one. Let's make sure that's 36. Yeah. 30 and 30. And just do that. It's a slow press, but You know, once they get up a little bit higher, I might open it up a little bit. Hard 8. It's much better when they go straight back into the wall instead of jumping around. Even though they did come out a little bit from the wall after they hit. I like the way they reacted. That's because I kept them level for the most part. Didn't push through with the thumb and all the fun stuff that causes them to go crazy. 156. That one they went left, but that's okay. We'll just keep doing this. Three, 2, 5. I mean, we're only going up $22 at a time on these inside numbers, but each time we hit, we get more back. We're getting 56 this time. So we're still improving each hand as far as the amount of profit we're getting. I mean, yes, we have 220 something out there right now between all the bets, so about 200 in the middle, somewhere close to that. But anyway, we could regress, and pick up a little extra money, or we can keep going and just see how long this goes, because we're going to be making more and more with each hit if we leave it out there. Six, 5, yo. I mean, and you never know. You never know. When the roll will end. If you try to guess, and you pull everything down and you throw for another 20 rolls, you've lost out on that. Whereas if you leave it out there and you lose it, it was already profit. So did you really lose anything? It's a hard 8. I'm thinking, not really. You haven't really lost anything. Okay, so we got 50 and 60 out there now. If I hit something now, I will bring in the 4 and 10. Instead of pressing. It's 12. Old box cars. It's also a tall. So we'll take that for 170. Now actually what I will do is since we did do that, we'll go ahead and bring in the 4 and 10 now for 25 each. Since that was our next move, if we hit inside even. It's a 2, 4, 6. So 2, 4. I think what we're going to do is we're going to sit here and collect for a little bit. I don't know how long, but I'm going to collect until I feel like it's time to move on. Or quit now. Alright, so, could have been better. It's a 3, 4, 7. So we're up 228 so far. That's about as good a time as any to stop. But that's a strategy I use in LFC. I think that's a strategy I will use in Vegas whenever I go there. I mean, when I go to Vegas, I take enough money to play this strategy. When I don't go to Vegas, when I'm doing local stuff, I don't take this much money. I only take $200, $300, and I really need to find a way to do this on a bank. Well, I mean, it's hard to do it on a $10 table with 300. A $5 table, you could do it easy. $10 table is a little tougher. I could take a little bit more and try this strategy, but you got to bet on random people, and it is what it is. When you're with people that you play with enough that you know that they're well capable of hitting 2 numbers in a row, whereas by just shaking the dice and throwing them, not necessarily confident in their ability. But anyway, that's going to be it for today. Made a little bit of profit. Could have made more. Well, I'm doing okay, Duracell. I mean, I was just getting ready to wrap it up. Made a little bit of profit here today. Hopefully your trip at the boat goes well. I don't know if you're playing craps or not on the boat, but hopefully if you are, tear it up. And on that, I'm going to head out of here. Quack out. Again, tear them up, dude.